everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to continue documenting my daughter's wedding, and today I'm going to document the wedding party. And I forgot to mention in the last video that I'm documenting this for me, so it might look different when you're documenting for a bride and groom to give them the book, but this one's for my own collection of pictures. So they're going to mean something a little bit different to me than they would to my daughter. So let's roll that intro and let's get started. And here we go. I'm working here on the White Daisy cardstock, and when you look at Stampin' Up, so that's a close to my heart paper, when you're working with the Stampin' Up pictures, or paper, pardon me, it's basic white. And here I'm working again with the Countryside Inn collection of 12 by 12 from Stampin' Up. So both of those papers right there are from that collection. And then you're going to see me bring in some like beige colored, kind of a khaki solid cardstock, and that one is from close to my heart, and it's called Toffee. But if you're working in Stampin' Up paper, it's called Pecan Pie. So here I'm just laying these pieces out. And while I'm on this part, I should probably tell you a little bit about this wedding so the pictures will make sense. This was in California, and it was an extremely hot day. I think it was like 105, August 12th. In a city in Diamond Bar, which is kind of a half hour outside of Disney. And it was hot. Those poor guys, they were in tuxedos, and obviously you can see that. But the girls were in, sleeveless or strapless dress, and her colors were chocolate brown and kind of a, like an avocado green. It was really pretty, but I thought I would, dress it up a little here and bring in the blue. So here I'm bringing back in my sapphire ink from close to my heart, but in Stampin' Up colors it's called Night of Navy, and they're almost identical. So either one you would be good with. And what I'm just trying to do here is, I think I needed to change the blade on my cutter. Is that the right word? Anyways, it was leaving a little bit of some white that I didn't care for, so I inked up the edges with, again, the Sapphire / Night of Navy. And I'll be repeating this treatment on the right-hand page, and I'm just looking at the measurements on the top, wanting to make sure that they match up. And here we go. Now, realizing at the last minute that it was going to be really hot, we brought in these umbrellas that you'll see the girls with in the pictures. We left them at the back of where people were sitting at, and they were able to grab them and use them during the ceremony. Here I've done a Cricut cut that will say bridal party, and you'll see what I've done here. I'm kind of inking up the sides again because of the white core in the paper. I just kind of want to make sure that those little like frayed edges, they're not frayed, they're just kind of, for those of you who use a Cricut, So I'm just kind of using and blotting with my sapphire ink to cover those little white pieces up. And this ink, as you'll see later, dries lighter. So right now it's wet, so you're showing a lot of contrast, but it does dry lighter. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that in on some khaki paper, which is the Toffee in Stampin' Up, or excuse me, it's going to take a while. It's the Toffee color in Close to My Heart, and Stampin' Up, it's Pecan Pie. And just kind of cleaning up my mess with some baby wipes there. Got to be really careful with that. I've learned my lesson. So I've stacked these up 3 deep just for some dimension on the background, or the offset there. Now I'm going to come in with my liquid glue, just testing it out to make sure that it's running. I don't want a big blob there. And you just need a few dots of this in all the pertinent places. And I've learned to kind of walk these onto the background and just kind of, just very gently lay them down. Don't smush them until you're pretty happy with where it's at. And so that's what you'll see me doing there. And then I'm going to come back in. I'm not sure where you'll see it, but I will go ahead and put a rhinestone right where the dot of the eye is, a little sparkly gem. And I'm going to use a big one so it really sticks out. I think that just really finished off the page there with putting that rhinestone or sparkly gem there on the top of the eye. And then you're going to see me bring in a die cut or a Cricut cut. And I just felt like it needed something right there, and I wanted more of that toffee color. Here I've done some splashing with my glitter pen and the sapphire. And to be quite honest with you, looking at this page afterwards, I don't think that that was a wise idea. I was trying to make it look more casual because my daughter's wedding was more on the casual side. But I think looking back on it, I probably would have done some stenciling. And what I do with pages like this, where I'm questioning a few things like that, I'll put them in my book. And when I'm later putting all the finishing touches together, if it's still bothering me, then I'll go back and correct it at that point. And thank goodness we can do that these days with having our pictures all, on our computers. We can reprint again. Here I've wanted to show you something here. I had dimensional dots from Stampin' Up, and I've run out of them. But when you run out of them, when you look at the back of this bride and groom there, use the negative space of your stickers to, use, because no one sees them, so don't throw that part away. Go ahead and use it on some of your things that you need to stick down to your page. You might as well get the most bang for your buck there, right? So we're going to put down this bridal party. And I almost put them on backwards. You'll notice here I don't go ahead and I don't put any dimensional dots on the back of them because they already have that dimension because of the 3 layers in the background. So here we are in the second page, so it'll be the right-hand page, and I'm going to go ahead and document my daughter's bridesmaids, who also mean a great deal to me. They are very special in my daughter's life. I don't know the guys quite as well. 2 of the groomsmen are my son-in-law's brothers, but the other gentleman I don't know quite well. So these women meant the world to me and to my daughter, and still do. So we're doing exactly the same treatment that I did on the left-hand page. And you'll see me bring in right there at the top, I brought in the other page so I could see where those vertical pieces are laying on the measurements there, so I can get the exact same thing that I have on the left-hand page. So I'd love to know how many of you have documented your own weddings. I haven't even finished mine. I don't even know if I started a page yet. So you'll see mine coming. And like my daughter, mine was pretty casual. I got married at a vineyard in Temecula, California, which was perfect. It was perfect for the 2 of us. We had a reception in the barrel room there, and we lit the whole thing by candlelight. And it was just 50 of our closest friends, second marriage for both of us, and our friends and family, I should say. And it was perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better event. And having been in the industry for quite a while, I had quite a few friends who stepped up and really went to bat for me as far as florals and music. It was perfect. And my father-in-law walked me down the aisle. So that was awesome. So now we're going to bring in our girls. And the first picture you're going to see, well, we're going to do some splattering first. There's a picture of all of my daughter's bridesmaids, and then there's a picture of she and her matron of honor that will be right below that. And by the way, I hate that title, matron of honor. I used to call my matron of honors when I was doing weddings best women, because I think they are. There's no reason to call them a matron. Sorry. I'll get off my soapbox now. Anyways, and then the other 2 bridesmaids who are just as special will be on the right there. And all of these items will be listed down below that I'm using. from Stampin' Up. Unfortunately, everything basically from Close to My Heart is sold out. I went and looked at their site yesterday and it's like nothing. So the items that I'm using here, I'm trying to stick a lot, except for I have a lot of paper, plain colored stock. So this Countryside Inn paper is really the star of the show here. And you'll notice here that the two pictures on the right, because I'm trying to figure out the layout of the page, have a white border mat and one has the pecan pie mat. And I end up not liking how that turns out, but I make a boo-boo. So you'll see my boo-boo here in a minute. Actually, a few minutes. So I cut out one of the umbrella looking things that the girls were holding. I just thought it was perfect up there, and it was kind of a special thing that we'll all remember because it was a little hot that day. So I cut that out of Cricut, and I knew I had some other places to fill. So I bring in these stickers, which are from one of the old collections from Close to My Heart, hoping that I can fill some little voids there with those. And I have this, I forgot what this sticker says on it. You'll be able to see it in the still shots afterwards. Stay tuned. At the end of this video, I'm going to announce who the April winner is of the stamp and die cut sets. So make sure to watch for that. And I love getting those out to you. And for those of you who are new to that, if you go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave a comment, do all those things, then I put your name in for a drawing each month to receive one of those stamps and die cuts. So I encourage you to do that. Here I'm just still trying to figure it out. I got some blank spots that are bothering me. So those of you who don't know, you can take these stickers off and you use your nonstick powder that you usually use for embossing. You will stamp the back side of that to take off the sticky, and then you can kind of test this out on your page and see where you like it without having to worry about it sticking. You'll see here that I do this and then I decide not to use it, but that's the whole point of being able to do this and figure out what you want to do with it. I try it there and there's just too much pattern going on for me, so I really choose not to do that. So how many of you have already found some items with Stampin' Up! That you love? I'm loving all their accessories, their beads, their sequins, their ribbons. And I actually bought one of their paper cutters the other day, and I'm going to give that a try. I have yet to try it out. And I got quite a few more stamps and die cuts and paper collections. So there's a lot more of that coming our way. I think this will be the last page that I'll do in my daughter's book for a little while, so I can kind of change up some of the papers and show you a few different things that Stampin' Up! Has. And I've got so many new toys to work with that I'm anxious to share them with you. Here I am removing the pictures from the matting because I'm going to bring back in that Sapphire Ore / Night of Navy paper from Stampin' Up! And you'll see what I just did. I said, no! I laid one picture on top of the other and it ruined that picture you see there on the right. So I had to go back and print it again. You'll see me try and fix it later, but no can do. Here I found one of the labels that I want to work with. I'm going to go ahead and layer up some flowers. I thought that represented the bridesmaids' bouquets. And then I'm going to bring in just a little heart that was also on that sticker page. And after I find it there, it ran away. And then I'm going to bring in some white satin ribbon and out of my stash, and I'm going to tie a ribbon or just a bow. It looks like it's tied around the base of the flowers like a bouquet, but I'm going to just attach it on there flat. Well, I'm going to tie it and then stick it on with a little bit of glue. I thought that would work best right there. Just making sure to hold it down for a ways. Here I'm putting the page together. hate to cover up that pretty paper on the back. Oof. Okay, so bringing in that T-square ruler, trying to figure out where I want this. I do want a little bit of a margin over there between, or a little bit of space between the toffee paper and the designer paper from Countryside Inn. And here we have that stripe paper again, that blue from that collection. I love it. Be really great on a beach layout too. I could see that being beautiful. Or there's a new stamp I have that has a birdhouse in it. I bet that would be beautiful on a birdhouse. So here I am trying to fix my error where I laid the pictures together. I have my adhesive eraser out, but it was, you couldn't do it because it's ruining the picture itself. So I had to go back and print it, and I brought it back out and gave it a the sapphire blue / night of navy paper. I'm making myself do that, you guys, so I can learn the names of these papers. So I'm back looking for more stickers because I'm just really at a loss for that top now. And I've now decided that when I go back, it doesn't show up in the pictures at the end, but I'm going to come back and put some tags at the top. And I think that will really help. I needed something to fill that hole, and it just was really bothering me. So you see me struggling here with trying to find options. So I've heard it said once before, if you're really stuck for something to do, bring in a tag. So I think I'll be going back and doing that, and I'm pretty sure I will, but it doesn't show up in the pictures. But I wanted to suggest that so you would know. Here I'm bringing in Wink Estella pen. I wanted a little bit of glitter on the white portion of that umbrella. And when I cut this out with my Cricut, I cut one out of khaki / pecan pie, and I just cut the stems, or the handle, pardon me, and the upper portion of it you'll see there. I just did some paper piecing because I wanted the handle to stick out a little bit more, because on these umbrellas the handles were a wood tone. So I'm just bringing in that Wink Estella, so when you turn the page in the book you'll have a little bit of sparkle. Probably should have put a temperature gauge next to it that said like 105. Our poor guest at cocktail hour, it was outside and we're thinking, oh, the sun will have set, it'll be nice and cool. Nope. They were all feeling very good when we opened the doors to the reception and they came inside. It was hot. So, can't see the sparkle a whole lot there, but you can in the album. There's just enough sparkle, you don't need a whole lot. And same with the glue, just a few, dots here and there in the pertinent parts, but you don't want a whole lot. This was a real fragile cut, so I was trying to be real careful with putting it down. I'm going to come in on that one sticker. Forgot what it says. I wish I could remember. I can't see it here, but cutting up some of the dimensional dots, and I love that non-stick scissor that I have. I don't believe there's any in Stampin' Up, so I'll have to find some to recommend to you, because when you're cutting anything adhesive, these things are incredible. I love them. So, and hopefully Stampin' Up will come up with something that's like our mats there, because those, again, I've learned to absolutely love. They help me line things up, which I'm not always great with, so it really helps me. Here I'm auditioning this sticker to go at the top or the bottom, and I think we decided to go to the bottom. And you'll see there that I believe I've put the bow on at that point. We'll see here. Yeah, the bow is on there. So, not giving up on that top portion, you guys. I'm wanting something to go there. It's too blank. Here you'll see me try and cut out some of the sapphire / night of navy, and well, you'll see me kind of mess around with it. I'm just trying anything. I was hoping to make it that bow stand out that I was trying to work with, but no. That bow could have also have worked going around the base or the handle of the umbrella. That would have looked really good too. So you'll see I give up on this part. I just don't think it's going to work. So we're coming to the end of the page here, and I wanted to invite you to stick around for the end here, and I'll be announcing the winner of the Stampin' Die Cut set. Just as a reminder, my webpage will always be linked down below along with all the products that I've used to make these pages. So any shopping over my website would be greatly appreciated. It helps me finish off these videos for you. So here are some still shots for you. Have a great day and thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.